Hello and welcome back to Savannah. So in today's episode, I'm going to be designing a tourist and leisure district for Savannans and for tourists to the island. So in Savannah recently, we have constructed a Olympic class ocean liner. Now, this liner is clearly Titanic and not Olympic. I mean, they are correct in it is an Olympic class ocean liner. I guess they haven't specified that it is or is not. But this is Titanic, and the way that you can tell is that Titanic had the forward half of the promenade decks, promenade deck opening sealed off. See how it's only open at the back, whereas Olympic had it open all the way along. But they found out that in rough seas, the area would flex just a little bit too much. So on Titanic, they added this sealed area here to add strength to the ship. Ironic. However, this is a video about Savannah, not Titanic. So this ship is actually called the Savannah Star. But at the moment, we don't have anywhere for the Savannah Star to even dock on the island. And I think that she will not be able to go under these bridges either. So we will have to build the passenger dock out here near the Savannah Old Town. And then we can build a little railway maybe to ferry the tourists from the dock up to here, which will be the tourist area, the southern shore of this lake here. So the actual tourist area will go here. We'll need to obviously lay down the roads, power, water, services and heating. So first of all, we will need to build the roads. So I don't know whether to build another road along here or build a bridge over. I think for now I'll just lay a road just straight across. So we've got a nice old church here as well, so the tourists can enjoy that nice view. We've got the old Savannah Old Town, but yeah, it's not really much going on there, to be fair. As you can probably tell by my city design, I'm not overly fond of diagonal roads, but sometimes it's got to be done. Now just landscaping it just to make it all nice and flat. Keep all this bit still wild. I will only build the tourist area over here in this corner next to the government district. So, you know, if there's foreign diplomats and people visiting, they can stay nice and close to the centre of Savannah Power. I'm going to make this a double avenue. Switch off snap 2. Line to grid, I need to switch off, not snap 2. I think what I shall do is the workers for the area live over here. We'll have the hotels and things all here, and the tourist, and then like the attractions here, and maybe some attractions over here as well. So it's all nice and flat. And I'm going to try and keep this area wild still. So just plant some more trees around just to make it nice and foresty. Right, so we've got the basic layout. Now we need to set up the utilities. Just noticed whilst I was dealing with the ships that we have had a issue where all of these ships, these barges, have been like locked up So the coal that supplies the steel mill has been allowed to run out, which is annoying because I had a few thousand tons in there. So I had a nice buffer against it. But yeah, all of these ships, I've got too many, I think. So what I'll do is I'll just send these ones back to the dock. I think I was a bit overzealous. We'll take a couple of the ships out of service. So how are we doing for coal in the actual coal mines? Oh, absolutely fine. We've got 20,000 tons, but unfortunately it's across the lagoon. It needs to be here in the... I mean, it's quickly filling up, luckily. Right, I don't want that to happen again, so I am going to set a notify me if this becomes empty. So I'll change this to steel mill coal. And what I could do, actually, to stop that happening again, I could put a buoy down. So I could put 2 buoys. So when the ship comes in, it will come in past here first. And then when it heads out to... No, hang on. Yeah, so it will come in this way, actually. And then go out that... Oh. Leave that. Oh, no. So now they're coming, they should start coming in and going out. Right, okay, so hopefully that sorted that out. Got 10,000 tons of iron, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, we are maintaining... Oh, 500 tons left, come on. This should stop them colliding at this point because they're being spread out. Well, maybe. You know, can never quite tell. That's what keeps you on your toes with this game. Oh, bang! We run out of coal. Oh, we've got 100 tons buffer in the actual mill. Come on, ships! Dock quickly. So you should put 2,000 tons in. There's another ship coming. Oh, that's fuel ship going to the refinery. So yeah, this is a video about tourism. Trust me, I will be doing it. But yeah, this game, you never quite know. Got some buses here ready for export, but ship's obviously not full. So I'm not making anything in the vehicle factories at the moment. They're more or less shut down because I wanted to dedicate everything to building the Savannah Star. Oh no, that's going to collide with the iron ship. Wow, that ship's got some good brakes. Come on. Yeah, my steel supplies would probably be pretty low because I have done loads of construction, so all these buildings are new here. Because I was getting some plus 21-year-olds, over 21-year-olds without a flat. So I had to build a lot of new housing. Right, what I'll do is I will purchase myself a nice buffer of coal. And I've got 43 million. Cost of importing steel compared to the price of coal is no contest. I can easily afford to import them. Right, so back to our new tourist area. So let's get the power connected now. So we'll have a high voltage line coming from a split station. So we'll basically have it running directly under the railway line. And then we'll put in a switch over here. So we'll have large high voltage substations. We'll put one here, one, yeah, one here, and then one over here. Maybe one there as well. We'll call this Savannah Springs. Right, so that's the power lines laid out. Obviously, they need to be built yet, but Yeah, so the power line will come directly from, well, close to the gas power plant here. And it will follow the railway line along, and then it will come into another switch, and then that will be split up into the 4 substations, which will deliver power to the buildings. So now the next thing we need to do is supply water. So we'll put in a big water pump. I mean, there is a water line along here, but that will be serving somewhere else. So if you can, always build a new system. Don't, you know, take water that it has so far been going somewhere else. Just try and keep everything, expand your water whenever you can, really. So what I've done with my water system is, so each water system primarily serves the area that it is. Most of its outputs will go to local buildings and things, but then each water treatment plant will have one output that comes to this, which is like the central supply of water. And this enables me to keep an eye on how the sort of general health of the water system all in one go. Because if this starts to empty, that means that it's not being filled up, which means that all of or some of the water treatment plants are struggling. And it's a good way to have that, because you can expand off this tank, and as long as it stays full, that all good. And then as soon as it starts to empty, you think, right, we need to build another water plant, and then connect it to that, and then you know that it's always going to be it's going to benefit every single water treatment plant in the Republic, because all of them have got an output going into it. So if that output suddenly isn't being an output anymore because it's full, then you know that your system's working. That probably made absolutely no sense, but it sounded okay in my head. Right, so got the big pipeline coming to the pump here, and then this pump's going to split it up. You can only, well, I think you can only use these splitters after a pump. If you try and put 2 splitters, one here and one here, and connect them, the water won't flow between them. You have to always have a pump in between them. As far as I can, I mean, someone could say, give me a reason why you can't, where you can, but it just doesn't seem to work for me. I always have to put a pump in. So then we'll have substations here. Here. And here. Okay, so that's water. Well, fresh water sorted. We will need to connect it to the sewer system. I can either use this one, which it's over 50% being used already, so I'm probably going to have to build another sewerage plant, or or replace this with a bigger one. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to expand the, so we shall put in one of these. What's this? Distribution office. We're going to have to move you, my friend. So if you ever need to move a building like this, one of the things you can do now, where should I put it? Actually, I'll put it down here. Ah, it's not straight. So then you copy it. So you click this button here, which will copy all the building tasks over. And then change depot for all vehicles to the new one. And there we go. And then we can just demolish that one and know that all its tasks are being completed by this one. Wait 25 years for the rubble to clear. What infrastructure is there? Okay, so we've got a new sewage plant on the go. I mean, it is going to be difficult because we've got this big lake in the middle, so we're going to have to bring the sewer pipes probably along the railway line, through this gap, and then into it. We'll see. I mean, obviously we do have a sewer system over here, which I could connect it into, but I don't know. No, we'll go that way. So we've got the power lines going down. There's our steel plant doing. Brilliant. Wonderful. Right, so whilst that gets underway, we'll put in a train station. So it'll be the Holden Small. So it matches all of the other stations on the line. Well, most of them. I know, I'm in state, but it needs to be straight. It needs to be straight. Well, aligned. Mm. Then again, would I be better having a terminus station? Because it's only going to be dealing with the tourists. But then I guess this way the tourists can access the... If I put it as a two-way station, they can access the rest of Savannah, I guess. We'll build a path from station to like the centre of the tourist area, and then I'll probably put a bus station. Well, I'll put it in now. And then this will help the workers and tourists filter out across the entire district. You can never have too many buses. Even if you don't have buses going to them, they do help workers. It extends where workers can go, and you can also designate areas for certain certain types of people to go as well. No, we'll put there. Right, so we'll get those built. Oh, we're going to have to build a mud road so that we can get to the station before the main path is built. So this is where the workers are going to live. So I'm going to have these buildings. We'll say do not allow citizens to move in because you don't want, if one of the residential buildings is built before, you know, the district's ready, you don't want citizens moving in because then it'll affect your happiness. And also, actually, I just thought if I'm going to have tourists, we also need to start producing alcohol. So that's another thing that I might need to do as well. Or otherwise, I'll be importing alcohol, which is quite expensive. And so tourism will be less efficient. So let's have a look at doing that. So we do have... Why is that without drinking water? How is it missing water? Always need pumps, remember. There we go. Right, so I will build a alcohol factory here. So we'll give it its own little grain supply there. I mean, I don't think that'll fill up much, but something. So there we go. The alcohol factory is on its way. Okay. This is going to be the main, like, a storage for the district. Oh, where should I put it? And this is an obvious place to put this restaurant. There we are. So we got our nice restaurant already, one of our first attractions all ready to go. Right, so we've set up, planned out the storage. So trains will bring in the resources into here, and then there'll be a local truck distribution unit that will deliver those out to the hotels, because you can't deliver directly into a hotel via train. You have to connect it via truck. So we'll need a chain in there. Chain. Oh. Chain there. Chain there. There we go. So I think, yeah, what I'll do is I think I'll put a hotel here, a couple of hotels here, and then maybe a lot of, like a park, like a, you know, like a big sort of attraction area there. So we've got our, so just to recap, we've got our alcohol brewery there being built, and the bones of our new tourist area. Right, so that's coming on nicely. So we'll build the passenger dock. Will that ship fit in that? I'm sure it will. We'll just put this big cruise ship. Nah, we won't. Well, so we've got the passenger dock there, where the ship will arrive, and then we will tell the tourists to go to this train platform here, which will then take them to the leisure area, the tourist district. Sorry, well, yeah, leisure and tourism, because obviously citizens will also be able to use the facilities there, and it will be one of the only places in the Republic where alcohol is available. Right, so that's the passenger dock planned out. Yeah, we've got enough construction goods, so... So when I electrified the rails and we built, Savannah built its first electric trains in its own factory, the diesel trains that I was using were moved to this distribution yard, but it hasn't really needed to be used up until now, but it is looking like now that the current system, which is this one, is starting to get a little bit stretched. So just going to give a few, because I don't want too many trains running around because it causes problems, but we'll just have right, okay, see how this gets on. we'll see how this does. So this train already leaving. Let's go into central stores to load clothes. Alright. Right guys, I think I'll leave it there for today. It's gone a bit longer than I anticipated with the multiple problems that I had. But yeah, tune in for part 2 coming over the next couple of days, where I'll start laying down the actual hotels themselves and moving citizens in and getting the place looking all nice and decorated for Severna's first visitors. Thank you very much for watching today. Have a good one. Bye bye.